Well, hello. Welcome back. And yes, you read the title correctly. Men are super simple. Nothing wrong with us. And we're going to explain why. But first, let's roll that intro, please.
That shit fits clean though.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah,
does.
yeah.
I dig it.
I remember the first time you showed me, I fell in love, like straight up, right
Come
out the
on,
bat.
Papash, come on,
I was wondering when
Papash.
you where you got it,
Yes.
and then when you told me you made it, I was like,
Yeah, I
damn.
honestly, I dead ass like fell in love with it. When I heard that, because he was showing me a bunch. He showed me one. I was like, that's cool. Two, that's cool. Then he showed me this one. I was like, hold on.
That's it.
I was like,
Everyone was like, "That's it.
That's the
That's it."
one.
I straight up told him, I was like, look, send me that right now. Like, send me that right
We'll
now.
make it happen, and well, guess what? We made it happen.
And with that being said, welcome back to the show. Hey guys, this is your favorite podcast. I'm with the boys here with my favorite host. My name is Edwin Sarti,
I'm JG.
I'm Jafet.
and today we're gonna be talking and discussing about the simplest shit of that men just love, and just how men are so simple. There's
How
honestly,
he is.
can we all agree that men are more simple than anything?
I'm gonna keep it a bug. I'm starting with my bugs, but yeah,
That's $1.
I think we're more simple
Bug
than anyone
counter,
else.
one.
I want to say yes.
I think
a
we're
lot
more
simpler.
simple. I think we're just seen as overcomplicated. I
Mhm.
guess you could say. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, like I mean,
It's hard.
because I mean, this isn't that true that like women are just like overthinkers? Like in general, women are overthinkers. And I think I remember like reading some article saying that girls speak like some thousand words like a day, and us guys just only do like 1,000 a day.
Probably something like that.
So it's like there's no point of us talking so much if I mean
We're
besides
not
us, we talk a
complicated.
lot,
You know
but-
what? But before we get into it, we haven't already said thank you. We want to thank
Yes.
everybody
Muchas
that's been
gracias.
listening, everyone that's been sharing, that's been following, that's been supporting,
Yeah.
anyone that's been commenting and just showing love in general.
Yeah.
We appreciate
even the
everyone.
haters, the one that dislike our shit on YouTube.
That's
we
all-
really
that's-
Yeah, we
appreciate.
one
appreciate it.
person.
Yeah,
That
it's
one
always,
person.
huh? We got
Yeah.
haters.
We should
So-
bring him or her on the podcast.
Hey, what's
and be
up?
like,
if you're that one hater, hey, we ain't mad
Wow,
at
we
you.
love
Pull
to
up.
have
Tell
you.
us why. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what the fuck you'd change. Because I'd love to change. I'd love to
Yeah, I
have a
do too.
conversation with you
Right.
on some discussion, not debate type shit, But if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell your mama, her daddy, your mama's daddy, and whoever else you need to tell. Let them know.
That's
Let
a
them know
lot
we
of
talk
people.
about random bullshit, and let them know we just three random dudes just talking our life
Shooting the
away.
shit.
Yeah, we're talking shit / facts, but
I mean, a lot of people have been giving us good feedback. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't really heard anything bad. I
No.
mean, I've been asking people openly, like, hey, yo, what would you guys like to hear? And people are like, I think you guys knocked everything out.
I know, right?
I
At
think
least
we
the main
low-key have.
topics.
There's
Yeah,
always new shit to talk about.
There's
I
always
feel
shit.
like.
I mean, like today we're going to talk about, are we really complicated? And I don't think we really are.
Oh, and first of all, Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
y'all! Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to see. Like,
Yeah.
what day is it? No. I mean, if you, I don't think, no, wait, let's do the
Too
math.
much math, man.
No.
Okay,
Anyways,
but by this
if we
time-
don't, by this time, if we don't, whatever, we put it out or
Merry
whatever.
Christmas,
Merry
Happy
Christmas, Merry
Hanukkah,
Chrysler, Happy Hanukkah,
Shalom.
happy holidays. Because
Happy
we don't
holidays.
discriminate. Happy holidays. Everyone's got their
No,
own.
heck no. Merry Christmas. I don't care what anybody says. I don't. That whole PC. No. Merry
Anyways,
Christmas, yeah.
happy
Merry Christmas.
holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas.
Not
Happy
everyone's
Hanukkah. Yeah,
Christian, eh? You know?
yeah, for real. So, hey,
I don't
honestly, we respect everybody. We just hope you guys spend this troubled panty time with everybody and your families and shit. It's been a rough
What is
year.
it? Like call the pandemic everything with the P except pandemic. Happy panaderia.
Yeah, for
I
real.
don't fucking know.
But
Oh,
for real, it's been a tough year. We're almost done with it.
Yeah.
We made it this far. It's too late to quit.
Shout
you know?
out to 2020, man. It's the wildest fucking.
It's
year
been
of
the
life.
craziest year of your life. What's one thing that stood out to you 2020 before we get into it?
Oof, bro. What stood out to me?
Yeah, like you just will remember 2020.
Well, I
forever.
killed my previous self.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
New
buried
person.
alive type shit, or just not like das.
No, they shot that motherfucker in the head.
Ooh,
What about you, Jesse? No.
Hey, for honestly,
Ladies
my whole fucking life flipped. I think that's my
Oh,
thing.
my
You know,
God.
like Jafet says, time back to
Facts.
start a fucking podcast, got a new spot, got a new job. Like it's a brand new life. G.
Knew me who
Yeah,
this.
for real.
New me. Hey, honestly, if you get left in 2020, it was nice knowing you.
Shit.
That's all I can say. What about you, Edwin?
You know what? It's kind of hard because like there's so much that went on in my life, a lot of
That's
ups
what
and
she
downs.
said.
But I think overall, it's just my survival mode. Like
Yeah.
honestly, that how that turned quickly, like how that turned on so quickly. Because think about it, a lot of people lost jobs. A lot of people weren't able to maintain their bills and just went through a lot of bullshit. But I was surprised that like with the
You
expenses that I
maintained
have,
it.
I still maintained it.
Yeah, me too. Not
Which
gonna
I
lie.
was so I'm not gonna lie, I was scared at first, but then I was like, you know what, I have a flow. But then knowing myself, like if there's a problem, I just have to like figure it out, and eventually I do. So I never stress out. So
Yeah.
I'm blessed with that.
This year, honestly, either made you or what is it?
Major or break you.
Make
Make or
you or
break.
break you. Yeah,
So
because
shout out to
it
that.
really did, honestly. And I
But
feel like everyone has learned something this
I
year.
broke and then I made.
Oh,
Shit.
you rebuilt.
Yeah.
Ooh, from the
And
ground up.
it's crazy how because like now that we're talking about like how simple we are, like how you said it, make and break, and I think that's what guys are so simple because like we really are just so focus driven. Like
That's true.
because I feel like a lot of guys, like we try not to overthink shit. It's like, especially like for me, for example, work. When I'm at work, don't text me. Don't talk to me. Like, let me do my job.
Bro.
Let me get in and out. Like, I really
Okay.
don't like socializing so much, even though I am a bartender slash server. But like overall, I
That's
just
just
don't.
your work persona, no?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but like when I'm busy, when I'm trying to grind for my money, I grind for my money.
So you've said it before. I don't feel like you're an avid texter. You don't like really texting
I
that much. do you?
don't. It's
I
a
love
waste of
texting.
time.
I love texting.
Yeah.
Jafet, why do you love texting?
If the conversations, I don't text just anybody. Like, I know, like, if somebody's watching this, they're gonna fucking hate me because like this motherfucker
Yeah.
never replies. What he's talking about? He loves texting. If the conversation's good, I love it.
So what he's
won't
trying to
shut
say, if
up.
you're texting him, you're boring.
Yeah, if you didn't reply to you boring.
I be busy thinking. Like you're saying, I don't like overthink. That's all I do. I'm always thinking, but I love texting if the conversation's good. Like
Yeah.
when I text someone, like my girl, like we're always like on the phone.
It's funny because I've actually caught myself like being a boring texter. Like my replies are just so weird. Like
I think that's my problem. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm just a boring texter. I'm like, I just give up.
it's just no, but I catch myself. There's times where I have super energy and I put in so much energy into replying. There's
The
times I
energy
don't.
fluctuates.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Because sometimes I look back and I'm like, damn, I replied this. Like, what the fuck? That's
You're
why I
like,
got left
"Damn,
on
I'm
red
kind of a
type of
dick."
shit. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Like, or I didn't even answer the question, or I just completely changed the subject. I'm like, that was fucked
They'll
up.
like text you an entire
Yeah.
paragraph, and you're like,
I'm like,
okay.
oh, word.
Yeah.
Honestly, I apologize to everybody that I text back all weird. Honestly, I try not to, but
Okay,
But,
same.
shit
Yeah,
happens.
my bad. I do that.
shit
But
happens.
I mean, I don't think we overthink it for the most part. I mean, it comes to certain situations that we overthink. What do you think is one thing we guys overthink a lot?
Overthink?
Think our expectations.
I don't know. I don't even think that.
No, why?
Like I mean, maybe it's just me,
It's 'cause
but
you're
I hate
fucking
having
mad.
I hate having expectations because either way, I'm always disappointed. So there's no point in this. Like I dead ass.
Damn,
Like
why was you that hard on yourself?
I'm not that I'm hard on myself. It's like why set standards if the either myself or the next person can't fulfill it. It's just I'd rather just stick to what I know, and then just whatever I'm good at, stick to that and just keep going. Just be very focused and driven. That's it. I don't care. Like even in my video games, if I'm gonna be on 2K, I'm gonna be there until my career ends. Like
I just have a question for all the ladies. Why do girls hate when guys play video games so much? Why do you think it is, bro?
it's our time, man. I don't even know what it is. I think it's because they're not getting attention. That's just my personal
Jafet?
opinion.
I don't game at all. I don't sport, so it's really hard for me to
Yeah,
give
that's
that
what you say.
perspective.
I don't play video games.
I would imagine it's the attention, or even
Nah,
like
man.
they don't see the
You
point.
play video games, Jesse?
Not avidly like by myself, but
Yeah.
when the homies come over, we can be playing video games for like hours. Like yesterday, me and the homies were just kicking it. Like
It seems
after
like
work.
a fun way to like
Yeah.
bond with your friends. Even like when people are playing online, I know that they have like online communities. So I'm guessing it's
Yeah.
a sense of community. And
Yeah,
like,
it's a sense
friendship.
like kind of like I mean, especially during the pandemic, like you can't really do much,
What the
so
fuck
it's
is
kind of
that?
like But honestly, like me and the homies, we spent hours playing FIFA. I'm still number one. If the homies are watching this, y'all fucking suck. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can't take me down. It is, just accept it. Take your L. First step
Move
is
on.
recognizing. Feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm not an avid gamer that will sit down by myself and just fucking actively play. Like it's rare for me to pick it up by myself,
Really?
But I mean, I like it. I like playing FIFA. I'm a big fanatic. I like playing Halo too. Halo, I just got back
Damn,
into
I
it,
don't
too.
Halo. The last time I played that was like in high school, and it was like the first version.
Last time
too.
I
Remember
played
when
was
it was on
yesterday.
computer?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Howie's Game Shack. Remember Howie's Game Shack? I used to
Oh
always be
man,
there at the
is that
Buena
still
Park
open
Mall.
at the
Fool,
Buena
that
Park
shit's
Mall?
been dead, homie.
Really?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
died a
okay.
couple years back, but
Oh man, that was a spot in high school.
It was another. It was a real arcade before that. I don't know if you remember that. Remember?
Yeah.
They had
I'm
like
not
the
that
actual
old.
machines and shit.
I'm not that
the
old.
with the guns, huh, and all that. Was it that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
had
with
guns.
yeah, I
The
know what you're
fucking
talking about.
foosball.
Mhm.
Dude, we're old.
Damn, throwback. Shout out to Winter Park Mall. I don't know how that's still running, but
I really don't, dude.
no one
Like,
knows how that shit's running, G.
but
But
anyways,
I mean, I think it's cool. Like, I mean, guys, like for the most part, especially the homebody guys that just chill. Like, there was this picture that was going on social media. Some girl was like, "I'd rather have him here after a long day. Like, this is his escape type of thing."
yeah, it makes sense.
It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Like, why does it seem so bad? Like, you really want attention that bad? I mean, I understand from a girl's
Yeah.
perspective, it makes sense.
Like-
Like, not all day, obviously, let's go do something else, or like, let's
Right.
spend time together.
I feel like if you're gonna play video games a lot, you better have like a balance of like, let me
Yeah,
give my girl
yeah.
a whole. I feel like if girls are, I believe, in my opinion, I believe the girls that nag the most about their men
Teamwork.
are the ones that are not like, or it's the guy that not prioritizing like a special moment or time or hour frame with their significant other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
like-
selling the.
Yeah.
Like just like how. Like, I don't know. Like I think when guys have their times to play video games, I feel like there should be a time of you to watch like a chick flick with her or some shit. You know,
Or not even necessarily that. It's just doing what they want to do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Or
I
let
mean,
them do
sometimes
whatever
even-
they
yeah,
wanna
like,
do.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes they want to binge watch a show. You know, for example, I don't
The
know. You know?
Office and fucking Grey's Anatomy. Like, every girl will
Grey's
say
Anatomy.
yes.
Shout out to The Office. I barely got
Office,
put
though.
on. If you
Uh,
haven't seen it,
Do I swear my girl
Skip.
has seen that like 3-4 times
honestly,
back to back.
like,
I'm like, how do you do
I
that?
always question it. One of my main questions was seen because I saw people post a lot saying, "I've watched The Office like 3 times." I'm like, why
How do
the
you do
fuck will
that?
people watch
Bro.
shows that? But then it makes sense, and I'm
Bro.
like almost done, and I'm down to watch it again.
I'm on like my 7th fucking
Yeah?
round. I know the dialogue, so I'm like watching. I'm like reciting.
It
words or
makes more
something.
sense, yeah. Like it's easy to quote too, and it's just
Love it.
fucking funny. Like I didn't think it was gonna be as funny as it was.
Like it's funny, but it's kind of like that dry sense of humor funny.
Yeah.
Like
It's a little bit of sophisticated humor too. I'm not gonna lie.
but I feel like low key you have to be kind of smart to get their dry
Yeah.
sense. Because like if you're
Yeah.
just if you're listening to it at face value, you don't get it. But if you
Yeah.
get like the dialogue and if you're smarter,
it makes a
low-key,
lot more sense
it
too
makes a
when you
lot
work
more
in an
sense.
office setting too,
Yeah.
because then it starts making more sense, and you're just like, oh man, I know those type of people, type of shit.
Yeah.
There's a really good movie called Office Space by Mike Judge that
Yeah.
kind of hit like before it was 99.
Mhm.
It's
a good one?
It's a good
Gotta check
movie.
it out.
Like it's a good one.
What's
Shout out to all that.
what's something else that you guys feel like you guys are kind of simple at? Like for me, I know for me it's
Simple.
clothes. I swear to God.
No.
Actually, yeah, me too. No, the only I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna keep it a bug, you know, not yet. But the only complicated thing for me that I would say is probably my shoe game.
Yes.
Like that's one thing that like I'll wear like plain shit. Like I'm wearing a fucking Disneyland shirt, you know. Shout out Disneyland, waiting for you to open back
Hurry
up,
the
you know,
fuck up.
whatever. I'm pretty simple, like with my style and everything. Like, I don't try to dress too bougie or anything, but my shoes gotta be.
Jafet
tip
on a
top.
different level though.
Jafet looking fucking icy. Jafet pulled up. We're like, Jafet, what the fuck? Where we going?
I
Looking
fucking
icy.
grabbed something off the couch. dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that as far as complicated, I think I'm a pretty simple dude. Like my apartment, we were just talking about it earlier. Like honestly, like all these nice shit that I have, all these decorations.
Like we don't need that extra shit. We really don't.
I didn't give a fuck about it. Like
I don't.
it's usually my mom and my sister. Like my friends are like, "Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" I'm like, why
Okay,
don't you
but
mind
the-
your
okay,
fucking business? Nah, I'm just.
But don't we agree? The only reason that we decorate or add shit in our apartment is because other people say so. Like you said,
Yeah,
your sister,
exactly.
like somebody
Like,
else. That's like, hey
I'm
man,
a
you know what you
simple
should
ass
do?
dude.
Like you should have that
You
table
should
over
add
there.
this.
Like maybe have some shelves over there, bro. I
have my
swear.
moments.
I
Like,
I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I dead ass have a picture of when I first moved into my apartment. I had, I think it was like a 20, I think it was like almost a 30-inch TV, a 30-inch TV in my living room, not even in my bedroom, in my living room, because you're supposed to have the biggest TV
yeah,
there.
of course.
It was a small ass TV, and I had a stand. It was like no shit, like this big. It was like 2 feet by 1 feet. It was right on top.
You were
And
happy.
I had a futon. That shit was so uncomfortable, bro. If you sat down, you had scoliosis the next day.
But that was your shit, huh?
That was my
your shit.
And the thing is that I've seen those photos on social media saying that how do guys live with this? Like,
Yeah,
but the thing is
true,
that we
true.
do. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, honestly,
It,
we really don't need the small shit. So women out there, if you're really trying to change this, I get it. Whatever, you moved in with us.
do add
Honestly,
your
a lot
little
of
touch.
inputs. Girls add a lot of touches.
Yeah, actually, a
Like for
lot.
some fucking reason, my room smells like Japanese cherry blossom. Like I don't
Hey,
need that.
it's because that we're talking about adding to Edwin's point. We're talking about that fucking picture on social media. It's like guys see no problem with this, and it's like a guy with like a fucking what is it, those portable tables or foldable tables and shit. He has his like
It's
desktop
for
and
everything.
he has like
Beer
a
pong.
soccer chair and shit like right there, just sitting playing video games. Like, dude, like we're happy. Like
Let
that's
us
all we
be.
fucking need, you
I
know.
think being happy with simple is cool, but also like throwing your personality into your home decor is really important because that's
Yeah.
you're
I feel
spending
like-
your whole fucking life there. You might as well make it nice.
And to add to that point, like I seen both sides because I like people tell me like, okay, yeah, this looks like your apartment, like this is you,
this is
like
a home.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
like you
yes.
know, like so it makes sense, like and honestly, like I'm weird, like I have candles, like I love my candles. Shout out to Bath and Body Works, you know, but I don't even like burning them. It's like, dude, I don't want them to go to waste and shit, you know. But sometimes I do, you know, I want it to smell good in here, but it's like all that extra shit's like
It's not necessary.
it's
For me.
unnecessary. It's nice, but it's
Like-
not necessary.
Like okay, like I want to say, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm just kind of generalizing right now, is that I feel like all men are kind of minimalist. Like
for the most part,
I
for
would
the
say,
most part.
because look, I'm gonna keep it real. How many times have you seen me wear this black shirt or this white shirt that I have on, or every single fucking episode? If you
we
dead
lost
ass,
count.
like
yeah, we look at it, huh?
if you're watching this show and if you are listening to this podcast, go to the YouTube channel and
And
I
check it
promise
out.
you, I'm always wearing a black shirt
You got
or a
two
white
options.
shirt.
Count.
You got two
A and
options.
B.
I'm gonna say,
I
okay, how many
promise you.
episodes we have? We have about like
23,
24,
24,
25,
25,
something like
some
that.
shit like
I'm gonna
that.
say 18. 18 times Edwin has a black shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not, maybe not plain, but black. I'm gonna say black. 18.
No, that's plain.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
They're all
usually
plain.
is actually. Yeah,
Like
as a matter
dead
of
ass.
fact. Or
Like
it's white.
honestly, like
It's like
my laundry. Like ask my girlfriend. My laundry is literally black shirts,
so
white shirts,
a Millennium gift
white
card for
socks.
his pro clubs.
It really,
Them
and it's
shakas.
funny. I do every
Them
single
shakas.
Oh, this motherfucker was shocked. Oh shit.
But no, like I dead ass. Like I remember, cause I went to my girlfriend's like Thanksgiving, and then that day we're like, all right, for Thanksgiving, sorry, for Christmas, we're doing like a little gift exchange, right?
Of course.
And then somebody asked my girlfriend, besides a black
Shirt.
a black shirt, a white shirt, cargo pants, and pistachios.
White
what
Vans.
else does Edwin like?
And white vans.
And
'cause
white
the
vans.
people that don't know Edwin, white
Yes,
vans.
white vans. And okay, and just also to bring it back a little bit, Jesse was talking about the only thing that's complicated is probably a shoe game, and I've seen a shoe game. It's pretty complicated.
It's impressive.
Okay, I have over 100 pair of shoes, but the only shoe I wear
But
is
they're all the
white.
same one.
White shoes.
Bro,
Yeah,
they're-
mostly, yeah.
I swear. But like, and that's literally all I wear. So I feel like again, I don't need all that extra shit. Like I really
You
don't.
know,
It's
yeah, that
just
reminds me of
because-
G Herbo's fucking Air Force One collection. This motherfucker has like 30 pairs of Air Force Ones.
The white ones. No, I
Yeah.
think Dr. Dre too.
oh,
Dr.
who is
Dre.
that? Who's that artist that has like he only wears DJ Clark?
DJ Clark Kent? No.
Yeah, DJ Clark Kent.
Yeah.
That's all he wears.
Oh, yeah, he
Okay.
wears Air Forces. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
No,
he wears.
but Dr. Dre literally there was a video of him that he literally has like 200. Like I think he wears a new pair of Air Forces every day. Like new
Yeah.
pair of
Yeah.
white
Right.
ones. Yeah.
Can we
DJ
talk
Clark
about
Kent,
how
that's what he does.
ridiculous that is?
The same pair, yeah. I'm gonna say that. The same
Like,
pair is kind of
the
dumb.
fuck
Like,
is
hey, fool, come
that?
on, my boy. Like, at least wear it
No.
once every. Nah, for you
No,
dumb.
I
fool.
swear to
That's-
God, bro.
Okay, fool, but think
if I
about
had
the
the
people.
choice, if I had the choice,
Okay,
I'd do
but
all white vans.
there's
like
people starving and shit. Like,
that.
you
I'm
know.
sorry.
I mean, one a day. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not being
Hold
too
on,
extra.
did
I'm
we
saying once
just
a week.
disprove men being simple? I don't know.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, let's get back into it before we start fucking.
But
shit
yeah,
up.
but like I said, I don't need the fucking scented candles in my shit. Like I really don't. But you know, I do it because my girlfriend wants
What if
it.
you
That's
take a
it.
dump and it stinks in there?
I have a candle for
It's
that
called
fucking reason.
the
'cause
air vent, bro. Just click that shit on and she gets sucked up in there.
Honestly,
Yeah,
though.
fruity particles and shit. in the mouth.
Everyone that's been in my crib, everyone knows. You taking this shit in
Light
my
a
crib, you
match.
light that fucking candle.
No,
There's
light
a
the match.
candle
It's
in
a
that
good candle.
bathroom.
It's
a
got
good
like 3 wicks.
yeah.
Vietnamese business.
Yes, sir. Hey, people, if you haven't, I mean, whatever. We'll give it a little tour one day, you know.
Oh
shit.
my god, one of these.
But I
days.
mean, we're just simple. I mean, it's cool to have a nice little touch. It shows your creativity.
You know
Like,
what?
honestly, like the reason I started doing all that shit is because I didn't even try. Like, I wasn't even attempting to fucking be all out extra decorating shit. But I just saw cool shit. Like, I saw posters that I like the LA like LA View one.
Yeah.
Thought that was pretty cool. I was like, hey, fuck it, you know,
There's a
whatever.
really cool Nipsey one. I
You
like
know
that
how I
one.
know men are simple? Because like when it comes to furniture, everybody starts off with black.
My table,
The shelves, the
And then-
table,
literally,
the
for
desk.
honesty, like my
And then-
computer chair, everything's black.
You guys have been to you
Yeah,
guys have
yeah.
been to my house. You know, you guys have seen my bedroom and you guys have seen my living room. It's all black and gray.
Yeah, facts.
It's
It's all
starting.
color
It's
coordinated.
starting. The colors are starting to go away because my girlfriend entered into my life. But I mean, that's how you know every man starts off with their fucking shit all
Yeah.
black.
I'm a-
Because you
it's-
know what, we don't want to stain it.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
keep
we
it
just
true. I love cherry wood.
Yeah,
Dude, wood is
I can't
beautiful.
do wood.
Cherries.
I have to get into. I want to get into. I want to get in more like decorative shit because my goal is a house. You know, I want to
I
be
mean, down
able
the
to.
line, I'll be more serious about it. But right
Yeah.
now, just give me black and gray.
It's just, it doesn't even matter. Like it looks nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
I have to check it out.
I like pretty shit.
yeah.
I do too. For the most part, like I said, I try to keep. I mean, I'm a clean freak. I think that's the only thing, and that's why. I mean, I'm a lazy clean freak. I'll say that because I don't like all the extra shit. Because I look at them like, damn, I have to clean that too, or like, I'm gonna have to dust that later. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just simple, like you know, and I live by myself, so it's kind of like, oh fuck, ain't nobody else gonna do it, so
But
I'm gonna
it's-
fucking do
it's
it out.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, honestly, I
Especially the
appreciate
tree.
It took me
Insert
insert the
clip.
fucking tree clip.
This is how simple we are. I didn't get this tree by choice. Everyone around me was like, you need a fucking Christmas tree. I was like, fuck y'all, fucking get it. 25 bucks. I had little fucking keychains. I made it happen. That's what we do. No ornaments. That's how simple we are.
But we're
but
back,
like-
ladies and gentlemen. Yep, that's how simple I am. I mean, honestly, shout out to my mom and my sister and the people who convinced me to fucking get that tree because I wasn't. I mean, I'm a simple dude. I don't mean all that decorative shit. I leave it to my family because that's where I spend my
Yeah.
holidays and shit. So it's kind of like, you know, but it kind of gave me a little incentive to kind of invite them over now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, little.
I wish I could show you guys my house, dude. My mom is like freaking out with this Christmas decoration. It's insane. in there.
No, honestly, even my sister, I think Amy just won a contest at her work for her desk is like the most decorative and shit. Like they're fucking extra. I'm like, all right, well, you know, little festive vibes. I respect
Was
it.
she in
How do you
ASB?
decorate a desk?
Amy was ASB president.
Shout out
Shout
to
out
you,
to
Amy.
Amy. You know, I love you, sis, but that shit's funny to me. But you know, let's tie back to the men complicated shit because
But I mean, but even like how you said, it's like Christmas trees and all that shit. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I'm extra on is Christmas though,
yeah,
because I do like decorating. But again, it only happens once a month, or sorry, once a year.
Yeah,
One year, you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
1 month out of the year.
I think
But,
I'm gonna
like,
start
that's
being
it,
more
that's it.
more decorative, like more festive. I'll say more festive, like for
But-
holidays and shit like that. Like,
Yes, yes.
that's the only
That's
thing.
the only
Yeah,
thing.
that's the only reason.
But I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it for myself. Now, I will say this: like anybody who, like especially ladies, if you're out shopping with your man, like, hey, we need this for the house, and then if you start asking for his opinion, I guarantee you, he's always gonna say, you know, whatever you like. Honestly, we really don't care. We really don't care. I
That's
want to say
facts.
that because, like, to me, it's
That's
like
facts.
my girlfriend always says, "Oh, I like this frame. All right, cool, let's get it. Do you like it?" I'm like, it's fine. Like, and they go, "No, but do you really like it?"
I told you, yes, woman.
Like, what did I say? I say what
Yeah.
I say. You
I
know, like,
mean,
I don't get it. Like sometimes girls can't get the idea. Like when I say like, yo, I don't really care. I really don't care. If you want to pick it.
let's talk about that because a lot of one big thing is kind of like I don't know if women trip on it, but it's kind of like okay, like we're simple enough to be like whatever you want, but a girl really wants our opinion. It's like, dude, we're happy with what you want. Like, is that a bad thing? You guys think it's a bad thing?
But
No.
the thing that makes it even more worse is that we're fine with whatever they choose, but then they still pick the opposite.
What do you mean?
It's like if they ask us, do you like this one or this one? Oh, I like that one. No, you're right. This one's better. Like, then why the fuck
It
you ask me?
depends, yeah.
I'd be doing that shit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I'm not very like.
Because I think if
manly
we
per
like
se, I
something,
think.
we'll tell you we like this, and we'll make it known.
Dude.
I think that's just me.
I mean, to me, it's kind of like I was raised by a woman, so it's kind of like I see both sides, and I'm just
Yeah.
more of a like whatever you want. Like I really don't trip. Like
But it's
shit
hard
like
to
that don't
choose.
matter.
But see, the thing is that I hate making that decision because I really try to like I mean I know my girl, so when she asks me, do you like this one or this one, I start thinking, okay, what would she like? all right, I know she likes those colors. I know she's into that.
romantic.
Like the house is
Yeah.
probably this color, so I'm assuming that she'll pick this one. And when I pick that one, she picks the other one.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, it's a little complication.
Your reverse psychology.
There you go. You
She
see,
reverse
now you
psychology
know.
me.
No,
I just think. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Because it's kind of like, no, what do you want? It's kind of like, girl. I mean, whatever
know.
you want. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. That's my thing.
I know.
I'm a simple ass dude, to be honest with you.
I just don't know why women question so much. I really don't. It's like have
Or they read between the lines and shit. Like, or what
like,
you
bro.
say. It's kind of like, nah. Like, what I say is what I mean.
maybe they just want you to care. Like they don't want you to like be nonchalant about everything.
Mhm,
Maybe
true.
I think maybe that's what maybe he cares.
It's kind of like
You know what?
pointless.
It's funny because like I remember like what Jafet was mentioning, like words get twisted a lot. Cause like I remember I was watching this one TikTok, and then this guy was talking to his girl, and then he was saying, he goes, the girl said, "Babe, do you love me?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, like you mean the world to me." And then the girl's like, "But right now the world is shit. So you're telling me that you don't love me for shit." So like I feel like women kind of
That's
think
a-
that
Because
way. and I
Their
don't.
emotions, their
That's
mood
a
swings.
drama queen. Like, oh.
Yeah.
But even then, like I honestly I just don't like how women like to twist shit. Like we literally are. I think men we're hunters. We're black and white. Look, kill. That's it.
I mean, it's as pretty simple as it is. Like, I'm the type of guy, like, what I say is what I mean, like 99% of the time.
Ladies, can you answer that in the comments down below?
Literally,
like, please
just
let
tell
us
us why
know.
y'all do that. Like,
Like,
okay,
why? Literally.
I had my homegirl tell me this, and I started cracking up because she was talking to me about some guy that she told, leave me alone. And she was like, yeah, and I can't believe he didn't even try. I'm like, you told him to leave you alone.
Oh my bro.
Like,
Bro.
how does that make sense?
He's
Like,
just following directions.
that's what I'm saying. Like, is he wrong for listening to you and respecting your decision, or is he wrong for not listening and making it doing whatever he wants to do? Like, it's just don't be that complicated. Like,
murky
can a
waters.
girl answer that, please? Like honestly, like I'm
It's-
dead ass.
I
being
feel like part of it has to do with the girls. Like, no, I have to play hard to get. It's like, no, mama,
that's so
don't-
stupid though. Cause like I
don't
hate
play
the
hard
games.
again, because most of the time, if you're playing hard to get, you're gonna be hard to want.
And then
it's kinda
honestly, like honestly, like if girls, if you guys are playing games, go to Chuck E. Cheese. They got plenty of games. Cause I
get a
just-
PlayStation, chick.
get a PlayStation, and that's probably why we play games. Like I said, video games.
That's the only games we play for the
That's the
most
only
part.
games,
Nah,
yeah.
but guys, I mean, there's guys that
More of
do
a
it.
Yeah,
Jenga.
yeah, but we're
Yeah,
talking-
more
we're-
of
more of a
myself.
jam.
We're
Little
talking about the
tic-tac-toe,
men. We're talking
connect
about the
four.
men. Yeah.
Uno. Yeah.
Twister.
Oh.
Ooh, naked
Jafet, have you
Twister?
played Naked Twister?
I have not.
No.
Hey, I'm
That's a
gonna
good
have that
idea.
to the
You're
to-do
welcome.
list.
You're welcome. Middle of a
Anyways.
pandemic, COVID. Well, anyways.
but,
But yeah, like,
I'll
I
wear
don't.
my mask and my tongue.
Oh my god. But no, I mean,
We don't. I mean, just keep it as simple. Like, I mean, I always say this. Like, I'm not a mind reader. I'm definitely not trying to read your mind. Like, whatever you tell me, that's how I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it with no grain of salt. I'm not gonna do. I'm asking you a question. All you gotta do is answer it. That's as simple as it gets.
you know, it's funny that you mentioned mind reader because I feel like a lot of women think they are mind readers. Because like it's just my opinion. Ladies, don't get mad. But I
They're
just
gonna
feel
get
like, you know,
They're gonna
sometimes
get mad.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna get
that's
mad.
fine. I don't care though. But
We're gonna have 2 haters now.
it's just fine. More to come. But like, because I know sometimes like girls think that there's always something wrong with us. You know, I mean maybe there
Well,
is.
most of the time there
But yeah,
is,
but
but,
like-
you know.
But I'm saying like overall, it's like okay, if we say we're fine, we really are fine. Like, and it's not necessarily that like, oh, guys hide their emotions. It's like sometimes when you see us down, we're really just kind of focusing and we're kind of worried about like, well, we're not worried. We're just trying to strategize and figure out how we can fix our problem. So when we're down, we're not necessarily down. We're more strategizing. That's just my opinion.
And it's just hard for us to express our feelings. Like, we're
Yeah.
always taught, like, as little boys, like, hey, don't cry. You're not a girl. You're a boy. Don't cry. It's like, okay, well, we have to hide our emotions type of shit, you know? So I think that's the only complicated part. Or guys don't know their little trauma that they might have. That's a
A
big
lot of
part.
us are emotionally stupid. Oh, it's kind of mean to say, but a lot of us don't know how to express emotion. We don't know how to like process it. It's just
We might not know how to take it, how to take
That's-
affection and love and shit like that. That's a big
No.
one because I literally, like, I sit there and think, like, when people compliment me, I'm like, nah, like, I can never just say thank you. I'm like, nah, you're cool. Like, nah, you're handsome or like whatever, you know? It's like, she's like, dude, Jesse, shut the fuck up and take the compliment. It's kind of like something I'm not used to, something I have to adapt to.
Or
you know?
sometimes
That's
even
weird.
like when you get complimented, you're like, they're making fun of me.
Yeah, like, okay, that all of a sudden, you know, like you weren't saying that a long time. Shit like that, you know, you start
Yeah.
twisting shit. It's kind of like, well, you gotta have to change. Like, you have to adapt to your whatever the fuck you had gone through and shit, and
You know
just
what?
change.
It's crazy because I feel I'm kind of the opposite in a way.
Yeah.
Where like sometimes like it's not that I don't like to show my emotions, but to me, I feel like if I'm gonna talk to somebody about something, I want them to hear my plan to see if it's a good plan. Like I'm talking to them like for example, like last week I was talking to my girlfriend about like, you know, I was stressing about a few things, you know, some financial shit. And then I was like, you know what, like, but it's just this is happening, but then that's happening. And then I started talking to my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? Like, what do you think of this plan? This, and this. Not like I honestly I wasn't like scared or I wasn't nervous or I was like I had anxiety or anything like that. It's just I just wanted to talk about my strategy just to confirm
Vent
if it's a
or
good. I kind
mm,
of like a venting, but I feel like to me it's not about expressing my emotion. I think it's just does my plan do you think my plan's gonna work?
maybe that's your way of
Yeah.
expressing it. You know, that's
Or,
your
or maybe
venting.
yeah,
You're you know
that's
you're
probably
asking
how
for
I show
people's
my
opinions, like
emotions.
venting
Yeah.
probably too.
Validation.
True,
Yeah,
true. That's the best
validation
way.
probably.
That's the
Yeah,
word.
yeah. I guess that's
Yeah, because I think like a lot of guys, like I know a lot of girls have issues with like guys expressing themselves, their emotions, how they really feel.
I
you know?
was terrible. I'm not even gonna lie. I was a
Yeah.
terrible partner before because I didn't fucking talk about my emotions. I would just
Really?
bottle all that shit up, and we'd have like simple small talk shit. And then eventually it just like ends up fucking shit up because you're not communicating with your partner.
That's
So,
true.
but like now when I'm like dating, I'm like everywhere I zigged, I zag now
Yeah.
because I don't want to fuck up the same way I fucked up before.
Facts.
Mhm.
Breaking the chain, you know, and even for me, like I projected my emotions a lot. So I would bottle everything up and I'd just fucking explode. But when I'd explode, it was a fucking
Yeah.
no, like I'd cross lines you can't come back from,
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So it's kind of, that was my big issue, you know. I was vocal about what I wanted, but I wasn't vocal about my emotions. And that's where like
That's crazy because I used to do it a lot.
there was no balance.
That term is called displacement, where like you have a bad energy, you transfer it over to like your household or to somebody
Yeah,
else.
exactly.
And yeah, I've done it a lot. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna burn myself out. I still do it every now and then
Ooh,
till
Sam.
this day. But you know, eventually I do own up to it. I was like, hey, you know what? I did do this wrong. I do apologize. But it's just, yeah, sometimes
It's
the
tough.
shit,
It's
shit's
tough.
bottled up. We do get bottled up. So just, ladies, be patient with us, please.
Nah, don't
Please,
be
please.
patient. You don't have to do shit you don't want to, honestly. And I think that's where the issue comes from or originates and stems from because like girls
Mhm.
feel like they have to help. Like you don't feel that way.
No.
It's not your job to fix anybody. And guys, honestly, fix yourself because that's what you give is what you attract.
And that's how
know?
you actually change.
That's literally because you have to be the step one's recognizing. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Can't be in denial forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you might not think you're complicated, but I can guarantee 95% of men have issues. And I'm talking about personal experience and everyone I know around me. Like I know a lot of people that have a
I
lot
feel
of
like we're simple in some regards and others not so
we're
much.
we're
Yeah.
simple 85% of the time and that 15% can fuck up a lot,
A
you know,
lot,
like
yeah.
because it's all that trauma and all that shit. But honestly, I mean, feed us, fuck us, and support us, right?
And honestly, I think that's really what it boils down to. Because, like, regardless, even if you're trying to change your man or, like, pretty much the guy's trying to change, again, have our backs. Like, if we say, you know what, like, I need to go to therapy, see, but, like, just be like, okay, perfect. I support you.
You need a
Perfect. Or, like, you need a ride. Exactly. Like, shit like that, have our backs. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can only do so much, ladies. But just trust me, just have our backs for anything.
I'm gonna give them a
Whether-
cheat code real quick before
Go
we
ahead,
get
JC.
into that because
Get your
one thing that
notepads.
really did help me change is that I would get questioned a lot. Not even in a bad way. Like people, like there was this person that would just like to fuck with my head. Like the main question was why, and I'm like, why the fuck do you have to ask why for
Like, why
everything?
you asking so many questions?
So I would tell her like, dude, honestly, like I don't feel good. Like I'm fucking stressed. But why? It's because this is happening. Well, why is it making you feel that way? Because this and that. But why is that happening? Well, because this and that. And it's just got to a point when it started getting like deeper and deeper and deeper. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how do we even start talking about this? I was stressed about work, you know? Ask questions, especially when people are venting. Like, I think guys mostly, because I even do this to like my homies, my siblings, all that shit. I'm always just asking like, well, why do you feel that way?
I think the reason why we ask why is for clarification.
Well, not necessarily. It's just because that's what therapists do.
Well,
Like
that's what they're doing. They're trying to
that's what I'm
clarify.
So
saying.
it's all about facilitating the thought process that leads you to reflect.
Exactly.
That's the best way to put it. So in professional terms, yeah. But I mean, it helped me realize a lot of shit, and that's not even them trying to fix me. That was them just questioning me. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty good because, like I said, a lot of guys don't even know. So like, if you ask them why and you pinpoint or like
Or
uncover,
the usual I don't know.
yeah. I mean, that's gonna happen a lot, especially guys. I mean, dog, honestly, get over it. That little manly phase. I mean, girls, obviously, from what we've seen, even like Fatima, you know, girls prefer guys that are more intact with their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get ahead of the game. I think that's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And once you do that, once you get intact with your emotions and your feminine side and realize you're not all manly.
Yeah, I think we're just scared to let emotions cripple us.
You
At
know
least
what?
that's it
The
was
the
for
fact
me.
that like you're saying that like their emotions are crippling us or just fucking with us. What makes you think that like or how do you think women should have our backs? Because again, our minds are always fucked. So how can what do you think is the best way to support it?
I mean, I just think them understanding that we're going through it and being as supportive, just like trying to talk to us. But I know a lot of men push them away or like they go do some wild shit because that's their way to cope. So I don't really know what to tell them.
I'm just
I know
curious.
what to say.
I'm just curious. But like for you, for Jafet,
Okay.
like how would you want to be approached? Because I feel like that's one important thing I think every female needs to know is how to address your man when he's down.
So
Like for me,
I know the cheat code
like-
because
like
it
for-
happened hard.
like for me, leave me the fuck alone. Like don't talk to me.
That's
Like I honestly, I just need I don't need anybody around me. That's honestly my thing.
see
that's
because
that's
I need to
traumatic shit,
Yeah.
you know.
It's I don't think so though. I mean personally, I don't think so. Like I really do feel like I need because if I'm stressed out, I don't need people telling me, "Are you okay?" Like I don't need sympathy. I need time alone to think about it and to strategize my problems.
See,
But
I
again,
want-
that's just me. So like for me, my girlfriend,
Okay.
if I'm stressed, she literally tells me, "I'll be back in 30 minutes," and then I'm fine. But like for you, like Jafet, and for you, Jesse, like how do you guys like
Um,
like do you guys want to be cuddled and say, "Hey"? Is
I mean,
everything
for
okay,
me, look,
baby?
the thing that I say that I've learned from experience is how to get to someone is learning how they were raised or how they grew up. Like realizing and, you know, kind of seeing the environment where they grew up on as far as how they were raised and shit says a lot
Okay.
about who they are now.
yeah, childhood trauma.
Childhood trauma is real.
Yeah.
And not even necessarily all childhood trauma is bad, but childhood trauma plays the biggest role in someone's life.
Yeah.
Because you see how they were loved, you see how they were raised, you see what they were taught, you see what they were exposed to, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And that shapes someone too. And then once you realize, you know, ask those questions, like, oh yeah, like, you know, what'd you do when you were young? Where did they take you? Or, you know, how's your family like? And this and that. You really get to see, and that's how you uncover how to be there for someone, how to love
So,
them.
Right.
What would you want?
But
a
I
partner
say, I was
to
like,
do?
to answer the
I mean-
question, how would you want to be approached, or how do you want to be?
I've become really just self-reliant and self-efficient in almost every way now.
Okay.
Like,
So
I,
like how though? Like
I mean, I don't really make a big deal out of shit. Like, like I don't really get mad. Like,
so you just kind of do it all yourself. You kind of spend
Yeah,
time on
like, I
yourself.
mean,
so you're
it's 'cause-
basically like me then.
well, not necessarily like that. Like you, I feel like how you're expressing it. I feel like you get really angry and you need 30 minutes to yourself. That makes sense. Like 30 minutes to cool down.
It's not that I'm mad. It's just like sometimes it's like
You
I
need
just
the
I have like
silence to
because
think.
I need the silence to think
Mm.
because like I hate when people have like sympathy. Like I hate when like don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
I get
the-
what
the-
you mean now. Sorry
like-
to interrupt you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, it's like I don't mind like the help. Like that's nice, that's cute, whatever. But to me, it's just like you're distracting me. You're taking away my time to concentrate on how I can fix things.
Mm.
And that's why, like for me, the best way to approach if I'm down, if I'm frustrated, and you want to figure out like to help me, just I want like my girlfriend knows. Come up to me and say, "Hey, are you good?" Like, yeah, I just need time to think about how to fix this, and then I tell her something quick, and then she goes, "Okay, we'll be back in 30 minutes," and then I'm fine.
Let's go for a short recess. Huh? Nah, honestly, I think I mean, the best way I feel I can get through shit like that, I felt like it's just I channel my shit well enough now that like I just work out and I just let it all out.
So for you, you're coping out is working out.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that's my new exercising, either playing
So
soccer.
would you want your partner to go work out with you?
I don't mind it. Like, I mean, I'm like, yeah,
Or you're
we'll say
just
yeah.
like-
Like, I'm just my own person now. Like,
Do you like maybe because like for me, I really like I don't mean to cut off.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
For me, like now that I'm working on like establishing a healthy relationship, like for me, I like the soft like, oh, are you okay? The checking up on me,
Oh,
the
okay.
cuddles. I like that because like I'm realizing now I'm a soft dude. Like I love that shit.
Do
I
you
live
like
for it.
it? Sorry to cut you off, but do you like being told like lightly, like is everything okay, kind of like a check in, or do you like the like sitting down, let's talk for like an hour type of shit?
I like the talking because I like the
Okay,
talking and the physical affection. But once we're done with that,
leave me the fuck alone.
depend if they wanna if they
Facts.
can,
Give me your
help me.
space. Yeah.
No. If they can help me
Uh,
and they want to help me, like find a solution together, like actual like brainstorm a plan, we can do that. If they can't or if it's not possible, then the space helps me think. But I
Honest.
understand
Gotcha.
that.
So I mean,
Gotcha.
okay, I know what you mean. Okay, I just want them to listen.
Oh, okay.
Just listen. I
You
don't
know,
want no advice. I don't want nothing because I'm like I said. Okay, that's why I'm saying I'm
right.
self-efficient, self-reliant. Like find myself in a mess, I get myself out of a mess. So it's like I don't need people. I don't. I mean, yeah, checking up on me is like, hey, are you okay? Hey, you good? Like, yeah, that's cool. But it's like
I'm glad you said that, like listening. And to me, I'm the same way. Because again, I hate when people distract me when they start saying how are you, blah blah.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, make it quick, get out. But to me, it's like if I'm a talk, listen to understand, don't listen to reply.
yeah. I mean, I feel like
Because a
that's
lot of
universal.
because sometimes I feel like when you want to talk to somebody, you want to say everything you want to say, but then that person's like, oh, just do this, just do that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Just let me say my whole story. Oh no, but but you can do this. Shut the fuck up. Let me just say my story. And that's honestly, I feel like guys are that way. I
Yeah.
think all guys are that way. Like girls, I feel like girls want to have a conversation. Us guys, we just want to be heard.
Well, I mean,
And then
most
to understand, because I feel like a lot of girls just cut us off and they don't like
they try to
they don't
fix it.
yeah, they try to fix
I
it.
mean,
Don't
that's
fix
a
it.
universal issue for everybody. Like when I was going through my depression, like I said, like 95% of the time I just wanted to vent. 95% of the time, and then all the rest of the time, all the people kept trying to tell me what to do. Get over it. Do this. Do that. I'm like, no, just
What
shut
kind
the
of
fuck.
useless
Yeah,
ass
it's like
advice
I
is?
know what the fuck I need to do. Like I'm just trying
Yeah.
to vent.
It's
Like
like
Yeah.
when you're like expressing your feelings of anxiety and someone's like, "Well, have you tried
it's like I
relaxing?"
tried
It's like,
everything.
"Oh wow, groundbreaking."
Yeah, oh, like I seen that meme, huh? Like the one you posted is like, oh yeah, you should relax. I didn't know that was a fucking way to get over my
Oh, is that
anxiety.
an option?
Yeah.
Oh, or like when you can't sleep and they're like, "Have you tried just closing your eyes?" I'm like, "What?" No, but
You
I
mean
get what you
sleep?
guys are saying. Like for me, like if it's anyone else except my partner, I'm like, all right, get the fuck away from me. I don't want don't give me advice. Don't talk to me. Like that's just because like
That's how
I'm
you
closed
are.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean that ultimately I think that's how, like to me personally, like I'm not speaking for all men, but to me simply that's just the way to have my support. Like
Mm.
if you're gonna support me, and I honestly I will say that like regardless of anybody in the world, like if you know me and you want to help me, literally my advice to help me is just simply listen to understand, not to reply, and then let me be for 30 minutes to strategize, and I'll be fine.
Oh,
That's somebody supporting me.
I have a question.
Go
How
ahead.
do you support others? Ooh.
How they want to be supported.
And how?
If they
Okay.
like to me, if they the first thing I do, if somebody wants to, like if somebody needs my help, the first thing I ask is, do you want me to listen, or do you want me to give you advice? And at that route, I'll pick. Okay, like I want you to listen. All right, I'll just shut up, and then I'll just listen to everything you got to say, and then I will reflect everything you say just to confirm that that I am understanding you. But if you want my advice, then I'll go ahead and take that approach. I'm like, well, what do you think about this? Or what should you do here? Well, I'm recommending this. What do you think about this?
Mm.
That's how
That's
I
pretty good.
approach it.
What about you, Jafet?
I'm not used to being present for people to help them out. This is a new thing for me.
Yeah.
I've been like a shit friend before, but even then, so like I feel like a lot of people reach out to me. I don't know what it is. I appreciate the trust.
It's
Like I
your
really do.
honestly, it's Jafet. I mean, anyone that knows Jafet is like you would confide in Jafet without
He looks
even
scary,
trying.
but he's a big ass teddy bear.
Yeah, he really
Yeah,
is.
like I'm not.
A very tough teddy bear.
I'm here to help, but if I can, if like I had a couple dudes hit me up recently, like for advice, but they asked me like, "Hey, I need your advice." So then I was like, "All right," I'm like, I let them like get all of it out,
Yeah.
and then once I understood like kind of what they were going through, like
Where
I
they're
gave
coming
my
from.
feedback from my experiences,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I guess they asked me for advice, so I gave them advice. If it's a situation where I don't know what they want from me, I'd probably ask what like
True. What
how
What are you
can I help
expecting?
you?
Yeah.
Like
Well, what about you, Jesse?
I mean, something that I learned to do is kind of like what you said, what you pinpointed. It's kind of true.
Mm.
Some people, like I said, coming from my own experience and shit that I went through, it's kind of like now it's just like, okay, I can kind of tell now when people just want to vent, and I kind of can tell when people want advice. You know, so you can see between the pauses and you could just feel it. You know, but one thing that I have been practicing on is checking people.
Yeah.
Like if they're confiding in me with the shit they're confiding in me with, I'm gonna tell you how it is, not not what you want to hear, not what you're trying to hear, not what the other person. Like I have like, because like I said, I went through a lot of shit that I wish people talked to me that straight up. And I might not like. I'm talking for people like in my close circle. I'm not talking about like you or like
Mm.
my close friends. I'm talking about like my family type of shit. So I'm more of that type that's kind of like, yo, like this is what it is. Don't try to make it seem what you want it to seem. Don't try to make it seem like it's anything else. This is what it is, because it can either make or break someone, and I prefer to make them, not break them.
Would you be straight out even if they just ask you to listen?
No,
Okay.
it just depends on the situation.
Okay,
Because
so
I've
you
been
kinda
caught.
pick and
Yeah,
choose?
you
Okay.
have to pick and choose, because like I said, if it's a constant thing that I've been hearing, I'm gonna fucking check you on it.
Because eventually it's like,
Because
bro, like,
eventually, like, okay, if it's been repetitive, if I've been hearing the same shit over time, it's kind of like, okay,
do something about it. Yeah.
you're kind of in the same, you're kind of stuck. So you need someone to get you the fuck out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Okay, makes sense.
And
makes
that's the only
sense.
reason, like I said, it's hard to be there for people.
It really
It
is.
really is. And especially if you're going through your own shit, something, cheat code again, whatever. If you're going through your own shit, you cannot help others go through their shit.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no way you can do that.
No.
Some people might, but it's really hard because you haven't fixed if you're going through some shit, you need to fix your shit first before you can help someone else fix their shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's something like I'm talking off experience too, because people will come to me with their troubles, and that's why I couldn't get over my shit, because
Mhm.
I was pushing my shit aside. I was avoiding my shit to help others with their shit, and that
Gotcha.
just was bullshit. And that's why honestly I stopped like drinking as heavily, and I haven't smoked. Shout out to my soberness. It's been like 9 weeks now that I haven't smoked weed. It hurts.
It's been like 18 hours since I've drinking.
Yeah. I haven't drank. It's been a while. I haven't drank beer. I took like 2 shots last week, but I haven't drank beer in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost.
The last time I saw you in our last episode,
Yeah.
the father one.
No. Last week 2 weeks ago or something like
Yeah,
that.
the
drinking
father
beer.
episode.
No, it was before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when I was drinking. But like, and I realized too, because I keep seeing a bunch of shit, and I listen a bunch of shit that said, I was like, don't get drunk to avoid your feelings, or don't get high to avoid your feelings. Like you have to go through them to get over them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's fucking
Strategizing.
facts, And
Yeah.
it's not that I'm going through shit, but it's kind of like a clear mind is a better mind, to be honest with you.
And that's actually just that's actually a good note to end on, because again, like I said before, it's like us men, we're complicated. We're just not that complicated.
I mean, we're more simpler than we seem,
Yes, we're
or
simpler.
that we project.
Like deep down, we really are simpler. Because again, us guys,
What would you say? How would you pinpoint our whole conversation? What the fuck we're trying to say? How simple are guys to you, Edwin?
like to us, okay, just understand, ladies and just men out there, like in general, like us men are very focus driven. There's shit that we like to do, and we don't like we stick to what we know, and that's it. Like again, we're very focus driven when it comes to work, video games, sex, outfits, whatever. And then again, we're simple when we say something that's black and white, and I think we can all agree to that. It's black and white. Don't read between the lines. That's just it is what it is.
Agree.
Whoa, Jeff. We'll get to Jafet right now. Go ahead,
And
Edwin.
then,
Finish
like,
up.
Again, like we don't like to have extra shit that we don't need. Again, I don't need my fucking room to be smelling like Japanese cherry blossom, but if it's gonna be, it is
If
what
it
it
smells
is.
good. It
If it's
smells
whatever.
good. You feel me?
And then lastly, like having our backs, it's just, us guys, like if you're gonna help us out, just be there, support us in any way you can. Don't try to change us, don't try to think that you are the hero. But again, we're just simple. Like let us be. I think that's
Word.
honestly, okay.
What about you, Jafet? How would you pinpoint everything we just discussed?
I think we're complex creatures that romanticize simplicity. We want to be simple, but we're not.
That's true. In a way, I feel
We
like
like
you're right.
we love the idea of simplicity, like whoa, like simple stuff. But
If you're
we're
a
not.
dude, go ahead in the comments, say, "Yep, Jafet's right," or
I think they're gonna fight me on it, but then again, it's like I'm not a very
It's probably
like
just, like-
rah manly dude, so it's just like I can't really speak for the
Yeah.
rah dudes. You know?
yeah. I mean, that's just how I feel about myself, and maybe most guys. I'm just gonna assume.
I'm
Sounds
kind of in the middle of both. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I feel like guys, there are simple dudes, and then there are complex dudes.
Yeah.
But I feel like the more complex you get, it digs deeper into what the fuck they've been through or their own issues, you know. But simple is better.
Gotcha.
Like, what's that fool? Jay-Z, like Jay-Z said, he said, less is more.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
true.
that's the best.
That's
That's
true.
The
That's
KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid.
yeah, literally.
I feel like once we have open communication with people, it's a lot simpler.
Yep.
So even if the complex topics, it's like if you're
Keep
talking about
keep it
openly,
transparent.
that's the
Yeah.
simple like that we crave.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, to make it in shorter terms, all we want to do is just fuck. All we want to do is just eat, kick it, play games, and play with your booze. You know, as simple as it get. If your man's complex, tell him to seek therapy. And if he doesn't, then leave his ass now before it's too late. And honestly, if he needs more help, tell him to subscribe to our podcast. We have a couple episodes that might help, that might not. Probably not because we're not professionals. But we
might.
do talk
It
some real
might.
shit. I mean, honestly, it's helped a lot of people, you know, just a
Yeah.
little disclaimer. But
Mhm.
Just saying.
if you haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, just please like, subscribe, share, report, comment, dislike for that one person. Talk to us. Please DM us because we want to bring you on the show. We're gonna have more guests soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, if nobody loves you, JG loves you.
Love you too, man.
I love you 3.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will see y'all real soon. If we don't see you before the holidays, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Se la
Happy New
lavan, se
Year.
la tallan, and unwrap your gifts and put them on for your mans. Lights.
Peace.